After I had been playing, doing Santa Claus for about 2 years, I had a whole bunch of stories to tell. And I thought, I wonder what's the best way to do that? Well, there was a big article in our local newspaper, and it talked about a storytelling guild right there in my town. I thought, wow, I can go there and I can learn how to tell stories. That'll be really cool. So I went, and they welcomed me with open arms. I had some stories that they hadn't heard, and they introduced me to a few other stories like Appalachian folk tales, jack tales, all kinds of new things. So I think it's 398.2 at the local library. You can find all kinds of folk tales from Russia and from China and from Africa, and they're really beautiful stories, and you can learn them and you can tell them. And they encouraged me to do that, and boy, they were really happy with my progress. And they said, we got a festival coming up. I think it's time for you to tell a story. And I thought, yeah, okay. So the festival came around and we had a nice stage. It was outside. It was summertime. Oh, it was just wonderful. And they said, well, you're going to be the seventh teller. That's okay. I mean, I know it's down the program, but it's fine. There's plenty of people that'll be interested. So I was kind of nervous about waiting. Number 5, number 6, and number 7, it was my turn. And I walked up on that stage and I looked around and there's a whole bunch of little kids running around down there. I can't tell Santa stories. Kids will get all confused. What do I do? I know. I'll tell a jack tale. So I did. I told a jack tale and everybody applauded. I walked off the stage, and one of those guild members was standing there laughing and said, ha ha, gotcha. So that was my beginning experience with storytelling. And that too has lasted over 30 years. It's changed as time has gone along. Yes, I still do tell all of those different kinds of stories, and every once in a while, when there's just adults around, I can tell some Santa stories. But that became a little bit different as time went along. I found myself being concerned about children's safety. And so the stories took me into a child safety program. I did that in after school programs for about 5 years. Then the DARE program changed and the SROs in the different schools took over that, and I didn't need to do that anymore. About that time, we noticed that there was a place up in Milwaukee that was doing what they call time slips, working with people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And so Joyce and I moved into that arena. We went to several different types of healthcare units with memory care units. And we found out that working with the Alzheimer's and dementia patients was stimulating their imagination. And that was very successful. Matter of fact, it was decreed in the law book for these different facilities that they had to provide that kind of service. Well, we did that for several years, and then we got into at-risk youth. Now we thought, well, how's this going to work? But we discovered that we used the same program and the youth responded. It stimulated their imagination. So finally, here I am, 30 some years later. I'm a storyteller, a professional story. I got paid a couple of times. Makes me professional, right? And I've been teaching storytelling. And so I was informed by somebody who knows these things, you are actually a teaching artist. So that's part of Santa Claus in today's Forever Santa. And so I remain Forever Santa.